Welcome, foolish mortals. We are more than halfway through our Halloweentown series, and today we're continuing with our third installment with Halloweentown High.
For 1,000 years the worlds divide. Creatures of magic in Halloweentown reside. Witches and goblins forced to take flight, driven away by evil Iron Knights.
Halloweentown High was released in 2004. And we've gotten better again compared to the downfall of the second one, which was still pretty good, but not as strong as the original. This one is more in the right direction, even though it has tons of flaws itself. This is the last film that all of our original cast is a part of. Like I mentioned before, with Emily, who plays Sophie, this is her last time acting. She retired after acting from this film and moved to Arizona. But we also do get a lot of really fun additions to our cast as well. We have Lucas Graviel, who we've mentioned before, as well as Ostila Rulin, I probably am butchering her name once more, and Todd Michael Schwartzman. For those three actors, this will not be the last high school movie on Disney that they're a part of. Because as we all know at this point, in 2 years' time, they all were in High School Musical.
You know, I always wanted to be in a play.
Oh, that's great. You know what? I think auditions are this week.
And you achieved that goal, Evan, as Ryan. We do have one more amazing cast member who was the most amazing and important cast member of them all, and that's Flynn Wittrock. Now, he wasn't known back then. He was just an up-and-coming actor, and a lot of people still don't know him because he's more indie. But there is one very, very important role that he did that put him on the map for myself and many other people.
I know why I was put here, Mother. My purpose is to bring death.
And that's when I fell in love with Flynn Wittrock. And I was super surprised and excited to see that he was a part of this a decade or so ago, before American Horror Story.
Yeah, so he's going to be very disappointed, especially since he drove all the way here and followed you to this spot.
What? Marty? I can't believe it. What are you? I had no idea. I mean, of all the malls in town.
This is the only mall in town.
He's not one of the main actors from American Horror Story, but I adored him on screen, and he was my favorite person within the series with the couple roles he did. So I really, really, really loved him as Cody. He did a fantastic job. I really do admire him as an actor and fangirl a little bit over him, but that's okay, because he needs a lot more credit. He's very underrated and is definitely on my list of people that I admire and would love to work with. We do continue from the last story where Marnie ended up opening the portal past Halloween, and now it's open anytime and they can travel between the worlds. And therefore she's now trying to show Halloweentown how great it is, and creates this exchange student program for our monsters of Halloweentown to get a glimpse and taste of human life and take a step forward towards harmony. Of course, things aren't as simple, and there's the knights that are trying to take them down, so they won't be able to succeed.
I mean, if we were dealing with somebody from Halloweentown, they wouldn't have had to smash their way in. So maybe we really are dealing with somebody from this world. I have to talk to Grandma. Wait, what do you want me to do? Just stay here.
It is your typical high school movie at this point, but it's still really refreshing because you have the whimsical world of Halloweentown, and it does make them fun watching them trying to fit in when they're completely different. But then you have characters like Kathy, who has never met a human before, but she's a witch.
I'm Kathy. Are any of you human? I've never met a human before. My guidebook says it's important to make direct eye contact and not to show fear. Hi, I'm Marnie, and that would be lesson number 1 on how not to greet humans.
Witches aren't that different from humans. That was a huge major plot point for me, as how these kids are super clueless, because yeah, there's stories and everything, but at the same time, especially with the witches, they have the opportunity to cross over every Halloween, so they still get a taste of human culture. You think that would be passed down and they would still be aware and learn from it, instead of just being completely clueless. So I will say there are a lot of moments like this within these series that it's kind of like, it's a little bit contradictory with the way they're going, what directions they're figuring out, and they don't know exactly what they're going for. They still did put a lot of heart and soul into it, and I loved how fun it was again. It's very cheesy, it's very campy, but it's really sweet doing it. And it's not over the top, it's subtle cheesy, and you know you're going in for a fun ride. We even have a Parent Trap cover song in here. I really didn't expect that, and I don't know how I never noticed that before. It is very early 2000s, but I grew up during that time, so it's a little nostalgic for me. And I still really admire the characters. I love the personalities that we got to know and how well everyone worked together. Lynn really steals the show, and I really love him. So that's why this is definitely one of my tops. I mean, obviously the original Halloweentown is almost perfection, but this one is the second best film out of the series. Tomorrow we're gonna wrap up with Return to Halloweentown. So you can stay tuned, and as always, I hope you have a magical day, and I will see you real soon.